Guys, so Tonya and Lori, we are live here on the Positive Vibe Tribe. So we told you we were going to stop in, especially with the book coming out, and wanted to just, what our goal is to introduce you guys to some of our really good friends, some powerful women that have taken part of this book. What we would love to have happen is for you to feel like these are your friends, like they're our friends. These amazing women, we want you to know them before you read their story so that you feel as excited and interested in their chapter as what we do. So our first guest is Jacque Book. We love Jacque. So Lori and I met Jacque 2 years ago in Arizona at a Jack Canfield Breakthrough to Success, BTS. It was a 7-day intense training, and Jacque was there. She was part of the staff at the time, and I'll tell you, this woman is absolutely amazing. She is one of those, you walk in the room, and I want some of what she's got, because literally everything kind of slows down and becomes calm. It's like the Cinderella, the birds come out. It's crazy, the kind of energy she has. So, you know, sometimes mine's a little bit like this, and when you get her, it's just so different. So we're excited. It takes all kinds, and we love her energy. So we're excited to have Jacque, to introduce her to you guys today. So Jacque, tell us a little bit about where you're from, who you are. Tell everybody in our tribe about yourself.
I will. I love that reference to Cinderella and the birds, because I go out of my backyard all the time and I'll have like 20 birds come in the yard. And my husband, who've been married 30 years, he just kind of laughs and he's like, honey, we need to go. Stop talking to the birds. So that is a really funny reference. But I'm so excited to be here with you two. You are some of my beautiful friends and my tribe of women in this Permission Granted book. And I am just excited to be here with your group, because I get motivation every day from this group, and I am sure that so many others do too. And so I'm so proud of you guys for spreading gratitude and positivity into the world, because I know it is the highest energy that we can all resonate at. So hi, my name is Jacque Book. I am a lucky lady to call Santa Barbara my home. It's a beautiful part of Southern California. I'm a #1 best-selling author in ULA for Women, and hopefully Permission Granted. I enjoy coaching my clients on positivity and gratitude, and I love to speak on heart connections. It's super, one of my passions is the heart.
That's awesome. Yes, I can definitely see that. You've got a big heart. So everybody sort of had their different reasons, and Tonya and I have shared our reasons for even being a part of the Permission Granted book. So what made you choose to do a chapter in this book?
I am just wildly passionate about women living their most extraordinary life. And I'm super excited for the launch on July 30th for Permission Granted, just because there are tools in every single chapter of this book that is going to help each and every one of us like find our way to our best extraordinary life. And it is possible, and it is doable. You've got to believe it, and you've got to do the work. And sometimes you just have to kind of put yourself in God's hand and know that the universe will provide us all with everything that we could possibly imagine. And it's really it's a mental state, and it's just a place to live in that's super beautiful. And so I think each and every one of the authors, I'm blown away and honored, honestly, to be in this book with all of you.
It's crazy. The group itself, I just don't think that you get these types of women in this kind of collective like it is going to be. It's going to help the masses. So tell us your chapter name, and then tell us, Lori and I have talked about, I guess, kind of our intention. Like when we decided to write a chapter, and me finally agreed to be vulnerable, what's your chapter name? And then did you have an intention behind writing it? And if so, what was it?
I do. So my chapter is called Permission to Create an Extraordinary Life. I wanted to connect with women who are in a transition in our life. And we go through many, many, many transitions. And so whether it's a empty nester transition, whether it's a divorce transition, whether it's creating your second act, going from a stay-at-home mom to a working mom, maybe somebody passed away, and that's a transition. Like, we all go through a lot of transitions in our life. And I just felt like I wanted to reach the masses in that message. And so for me, like, I take them on my journey of where I went from being a stay-at-home mom, thinking I could never go to work. I mean, but then my kids left and I lost my job, you know, they went to college. There was no more need for the PTA president and all of those things. But what would that look like? Like, I hadn't worked in 25 years. Like, I couldn't wrap my brain around what that would look like. And so I kind of take them on a journey from being this amazing stay-at-home mom, which I'm super proud of, and feel blessed that I was able to do that with my kids, to working for one of the, I don't know, the top motivational speakers in the world, and to be part of that world and that group and meet amazing people. And I met you guys that way. So it's opened my world in a way that I never, ever could have imagined. And so I hope that that comes through in my chapter to other people, that, you know, their life is like this right now, but that's just today, and it can get so much bigger. I mean, my best friends don't even live in Santa Barbara. Well, sorry, my best friends that do live in Santa Barbara, but I have so many friends around the world, not just even in the U.S.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm so excited to read your chapter. I really am. So thinking about just the words permission granted, like a lot of times we don't think about what words mean. So what does that concept mean to you? Just not really necessarily tied to your chapter, but just what does permission granted, giving yourself permission, mean to you?
I think a lot of women don't give themselves permission. They do everything for everybody else, but they don't do things for themselves. They don't take the steps and actions or self-care that they need to give themselves. They take care of, and this is not what my chapter's about, they take care of everybody else. And then maybe if there's just a little tiny bit left, you know, we might take care of ourselves. But for me, permission granted is saying yes to yourself, even when the idea or the project seems crazy, impossible. Like, how could I even be thinking that I would be able to do that? But that's where the magic and the healing begins.
I agree.
When we actually give ourselves permission.
Yes. Well, and I think that it's so interesting because we've asked this question and will continue to ask this question to all of our co-authors, and everybody's answer is the same but different. And it's interesting, the perspective, but it all comes back to living your best life, right? Really and truly, and allowing yourself to do it. So I guess, you know, one of the things Lori and I love about this Positive Vibe Tribe that we've helped create is what we try to do is give some tools, give some insight. A lot of the folks who are part of our group are not people who have had the opportunity or yet maybe have come around to wanting to do a lot of the workshops and the motivational speaking engagements and things like that we've done. So what we try to do is kind of infuse a tool or a trick here or there that we have, that's kind of simple and small, but has made a huge impact or has been really helpful. And it's easy to do because maybe it doesn't take much time, and maybe you don't have the buy-in of doing like the whole writing a 5-page plan on my goals and how I'm going to take each step, right? But how do we
don't usually have time for that.
Right. So is there something you'd love to leave everybody with today, of something that has worked for you, something you find is wildly important in your daily ritual, like anything that you can give us a little tip or a trick on how, something easy that we can do that may make a difference in how we live?
I do. So right now, going through what we're going through in this world of the universal pause, I call it, it is super stressful. For everybody in different ways. It's manifesting in different ways. It's coming out in different ways. And about 5 years ago, I had this disorder called Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, which is called broken heart syndrome, funny enough. I had so much stress and shock in my system, I actually stopped half my heart from beating. A lot of women die from it. I was watching the news last week and found out that as of between March 1st and today, the diagnosis of Takotsubo cardiomyopathy has doubled.
Wow.
And so I reached out to my doctor and said, will you go on the news with me and go on these different places to kind of talk about that stress can kill you? People know that, but it's bigger than that. Like, it actually shuts down your organs, and some people are dying right now from not COVID, but from that. So I healed my heart tissue, which was an amazing whole nother story, with my gratitude practice. And it's super, super simple. So people say, oh, well, I'm grateful. I'm already grateful. But here's what I do. So in that space where you're asleep and you're starting to wake up in the morning, but your eyes aren't open, but you're waking up and your toes are wiggling and different things. And before I open my eyes, before I talk to my husband, before I get my coffee, I just lay there and I think of 5 things I'm grateful for. I try to make it different each day. But honestly, some days I'm just like not in a good mood, not in a good space. And I'm like, I am grateful I woke up. I am grateful I have a bed. I am grateful that I can walk into the shower and there's hot running water. I am grateful I have food in my fridge. And I am grateful that I am loved. It's super simple. And it's super important to realize that throughout the rest of the day, while you're awake and you're walking around, and if you find yourself angry, feeling low energy, feeling sad, feeling lost, feeling overwhelmed, you can simply sit in your room and just acknowledge the carpet that you might have and who made that carpet, and be grateful for whoever designed it and who installed it. Or take a walk in your yard and be grateful for, the birds and the grass, and maybe someone takes care of your yard, or maybe you have the opportunity to grow tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, to feed your family. It sounds super idyllic and simple, but I am telling you, this practice healed my heart tissue.
That's amazing. And I am a true believer. I do something very similar, and I'll tell you, it's a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
And so, all right, guys, everybody who's watching this, it is really and truly that simple. It may sound silly. It may sound like that can't possibly be a big deal, but it is huge. Huge.
Yeah, and you talk about it healing your heart tissue. I think of it sort of more, that was like a physical healing, right? But there's so much more emotional healing that happens with that too. That's also dinner. It is so simple, but how often do we forget to do those daily practices like that? So thank you so much for sharing that. Is there anything else you want to share with us about?
I just wanted to say that, so I do meditations and I do healing, and on my website at jackiebook.com, and I'll put a link later when this is all up and out, you can go on and just download a free healing meditation, and hopefully you can listen to it in those times of stress and maybe share it with other people. And that's my whole mission in the world, is to help heal the world. The world is hurting so much more at the level that we're in now. But there's ways out of it. And that's what this book is going to do. Permission Granted is going to help people have the tools in their toolbox. And if this one doesn't work and that one doesn't work, I'm going to go for the 3rd, 5th, and 7th tool that I learned from the book.
Because they're there. Everybody's got a sweet nugget, which is so amazing to me. And it's all different. And that was not how it started off being. That wasn't, these women came together not knowing each other's story and what their nugget was going to be. So it is absolutely amazing. And so we'll post Jackie's meditation below this on the website, but I'll tell you, if you think I'm kidding about the whole calm and the birds singing, the meditation is amazing. So you've got to try it. Even if you don't meditate, this is going to be your thing, I promise. If you're watching this for a reason. Do the meditation.
Yes. Thank you so much, Jackie. And thank you for being our first little trial at interviewing our author.
I'm so honored, and I just feel so privileged, honestly, like to be in your life, Tonya, and to be in your life, Lori, and all of the other, our fearless leaders, Kate and Patty, and all the other authors in the group. I think that's the last thing I'm going to say on my parting on my way out is have a community like this. Have a group of women that you can call when you're feeling down. And that's the thing. Make that move and call them. It's super important for our mental health and our physical health.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So July 30th, Permission Granted book is coming out. Please, please, please pick that day. If you're going to buy, we hope it resonates with you. We hope you buy. Please buy on that date. That will be the most help you can give us, is by waiting till July 30th, checking it out on Amazon and buying on that date. So, and sharing on that date. So anybody that you think may get anything from it, please, please, please share this link. All right, guys. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. We love you, Jackie.
Beautiful day.
Love you. Thank you.
Bye.